I'm sorry, I'm 2 minutes late. I saw something on, what is it? I was watching YouTube, and there was some stories, and then there was something about ghosting, and I was trying to make a comment, but then when I looked down, oh crap, it's 11:02. Shut up. Let's just do this. So while I was being distracted with the stupid YouTubes, I ended up discarding the comment because they're a bunch of kids. Why should I have any opinion about what kids do? What they did was really messed up though. But anyway, whatever. While I was doing that, I did manage to continue with card art. I had like a really, really long, not brain fart, but like I was just not inspired enough to want to continue more card art. I did a lot of cards, okay. I did a lot of cards. I will show this in a bit. So this is the amount of progress that I have since my last big card update. And I also tried some new cards, kinda. I'll show this in a slight bit. I'm trying to catch up on works in progress, even the belated ones from Valentine's. Yeah, I'm still gonna work on it. They're still good ideas, even if it's out of the holidays for that. Whatever is over, I'm still gonna work on them because I can still use it next year. I like making excuses for my shortcomings. So yeah, how you been? How you been? I have been seeing cherry blossoms. Not the actual trees, unfortunately, just the aesthetic, if not stationary decorations. And yes, it's funny with my demeanor and how I sound, you would think pink, it's like my garlic or my kryptonite, whatever. No, far from it. I actually like cherry blossoms, and it's hella pretty. Okay, I can accept. I was one of those dumb girls back in the day where pink was, basically kryptonite to me, and I'd be like, I hate pink, and now I'm like, look, I have pink everything. And the thing is, pink on decorations, pink on stuffed toys or what have you, those are totally fine. But for me, I cannot wear pink, not very much. I just think it doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit my demeanor, and it just feels like a cry for help when I wear it. I'm not saying anyone who wears pink, it's a sign of a cry for help. Far from it. I admire them for wearing it and can actually look good in the stuff. It don't work for me. So as you can see here, it don't work for me. So anyway, the card art progress, let's get on that. And then I have a micro haul here. I'm going to do that first before I get onto art because no one watches my art stuff that much. Though someone did send me a message earlier saying, keep up the good work. Thank you. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was distracted by that stupid my stories on YouTube. So anyway, card progress so far. Is this the Elder Jinchi? The other one and the other one? Because there's a gold one and then there's a black and gold one. I keep forgetting which is which. I'm pretty sure this is the one that keeps whining about the Kasaya or those nice robes. And this is just from a screen cap I saw on someone's shorts. And I thought, like, where did he get a guitar that large? It cracked me up. So I was like, yeah, let's do that one. And I have seen figurines of unpainted 3D model print kits of this guy, but I think it's like almost like $99 to $100 something. And I'm like, and the shipping's like 19 something. I'm like, And this has nothing to do with Black Myth Wukong, but I did this as a kind of gag for this guy here, Stone Monkey. Up, they left. Once they saw Twinkle Chan, they're like, what the hell is that? That's not what I came here for. But see, people get fooled way too fast. But it's okay. I got fooled myself because I didn't even think I would draw her at all. I would just see her in passing while I look for Sanrio things on Pinterest. And then this is kind of like a brief introduction as to the kind of stuff I'm into, and also like 80s girly design collection. Yeah, I love that stuff. It drives me nuts. But not to the point where I'll buy everything and anything of this. I cannot. Not with today's economy. Holy crap. And yeah, this is the Stone Monkey. I definitely want to draw a full version of this, or more or less bust or full version of this guy somewhere, somehow, as a legit painting. He saved my butt so many times, even though he expires quite easily. While he's not the best fighter, well, I suck at playing the demon summons. I have my butt saved so much by this guy, so I should draw an actual legit painting. Have a legit painting project for this guy. Just the anatomy is a little strange for me to follow through. And then this is from Shido Kuma's cafe. This really weird, cute anime, and this guy loves his puns. This is a male bear dressing up as a schoolgirl. Don't ask me how I know things. I never finished this anime. After a while, the gags got a little bit repetitive, and I stopped watching it. But very, very cute. So already you can see my contrasting interests in life. And then I finally drew Arlangshan, and he is not derpy looking. I was trying to be kind to the actor who, not the face model who portrayed him. So, but he's difficult to draw for some whatever reason. But when I did include the male model, the face wise, he looked not as menacing and stoic as Arlangshan in the game. This seems like a life touch photo. Or, he's wishing ill will towards the destined one. Who knows why he has that little smirk going on. He may be fine with the fact that tax season is ending around the corner, and he is fine that he has completed said taxes. I don't know. You can make anything up with that smile of his. But yeah, while this is not totally Arlangshan in his, it doesn't capture him being stoic and cruel and at the same time at peace with himself at some point. It does look like him a lot more than my other attempt. I forgot where I put it, but I like this one still more. I would probably draw him again just because I'm like 95% pleased with the outcome. And then the next one is the bane of his existence, apparently. Oh no, it's 3 cards. I forgot. Sorry. I thought it was 2. My brain is tired. Ugh, and it got sticky because of the tape. Okay, it's tape. So this one, why is it when I'm about to show the cards, they leave? Okay, I don't know. So this next one is, I like this one a lot. It does not look great in person too much, but I have to keep reminding myself that this is a card art project, so I am very much more lenient towards I swear Wednesdays. Why can't I talk? Can I not talk? So I really like how this turned out, even though it's not the Monkey King armor or Chapter 6 armor. I actually like a lot of their armor designs, and they don't just focus on the main armor and the other ones are crap like some games do. But this one was really cool. I like the non-pure armor too. It's like, what the heck? How do they come up with this stuff? It's so cool. Sorry, Elder Gene Chi or whoever you are. I cannot fit you in. So we have this guy. Oh, I broke his face. Sorry. And for those of you who are unaware, I sometimes use more than one card to make larger images. Not only does it give me a larger surface area, it allows me to use up cards a lot faster so I can finish this freaking project right here. The funny thing is, I'm almost done with this batch of cards. However, there's 2 cards that I'm missing. I don't know where the hell I put it. I saw it maybe a month or 2 ago, and then boop, where did it go? I don't know, guys. I don't know. 3rd card set. Well, this is a complete opposite of the usuals because, well, I used to paint or draw fan service back in the DeviantArt days. But I like to make excuses for drawing scantily clad women sometimes. But it's good for practice, okay? I'm not very good at drawing people. Oh no, I'm okay, but it takes me a while longer and I have to think and all that boring stuff. So I had to put her here because there's no more room. I'm sorry. I'm trying to use as much cards as possible. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I kind of wish I drew more female characters with clothes on. I mean, she has clothes. It's covering something. Just have more like the equivalent of these. But I do look up the women versions of these. I did draw that Kanjin star. She's okay. But I have to, I think what helps me is for this is skin tones. I'm terrible at skin tones and lighting and shadow. So this is more so practice for me than me trying to garner attention and algorithm stuff. Like, yeah. It's not the greatest. I have to accept it. I will whine about it, but I will accept it. But I really need help with shadows, lighting, and skin tones, because those are like, I am pee cock-a-doodle with that, unfortunately. And then this last one is the latest one I have. I don't think I posted it on YouTube yet. Should I? Let me know. And I'm thinking about actually doing a legit painting for it, just because it's, oh no, not the last two. I'm sorry. I have two that I did not post because I didn't really. Okay, let's just put this guy. I like this one a lot. This one's hella cute. They actually have a figurine of this. I think it's just like a meme sort of thing in China, where they have replaced the weasel boss in chapter 2, the last boss in chapter 2, with a hamster. I think it's the cutest thing ever. And I want the actual figurine, but the editor tried to contact the person in China where it's made from, and I think it was during Chinese New Year when we contacted them, and well, he did rather than me. And they mentioned that, oh, it's going to take about 40 days to send it over to you, because I don't want to. We're patient, but not that patient. But at the same time, though, I really like this figurine. I think it only costs like $70. It is kind of small, but supposedly it's hand painted, supposedly. And even if the painting's not that bad, I mean, not that great, I would probably paint it myself. I can try, I guess. So we have this guy. You're so cute. I like this one. Ooh. That would be so funny if he was the boss and the boss was this big. So then I have Mount My Own. I only fixed this area a little bit, but this is basically like a mountain, or is it a mountain or a volcano? I think it's a volcano, and it's in Legazpi. If please correct me, I haven't been there since 2009. All right, so yeah, this is where both my parents came from, in that province area where Mount Mayon is. I think it's Legazpi slash. They're from the southern area of the Philippines. Oh, not super. No. Yeah, they keep saying they're from the south. So I'm like, okay. Of the main island, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so the rare time I actually do something Filipino related, it's just a tiny landscape. I want to make more, but I don't have much patience for landscapes, but I tried. It's just okay. And then last but not least, as the latest one. Okay, so this one, it's not the best. I'm not good with shadows, but I am trying. So we have this guy here. And I think this was right when it was Chinese New Year's Eve, I guess that's what I can call. And this one was one of the choices I wanted to paint for the snake art, but this was cast aside because I was, of course, as you can see, quite intimidated with all the detail. But ultimately, what won me over was the colors. It's insane, and even I'm assuming it's not a real snake, but I had to try anyway. Try painting it, that is. And I managed to do it pretty fast. It's a bit rushed, but it's not bad for a fast job, I think. But this area up here screwed me over just because it was like that blurry, that focus thing where it's only a certain area is clean, and then the rest is a bit blurry. Yeah, that was quite rough. So I have my collection here. It's very pretty and vibrant. I like it a lot. And I'm still working on it. I have like a ton more cards here. Not ton, but I here's a small brief idea of how many cards I have. This is not even all of them. And I still have the Cherry Blossom series. And these too. I also have these, and these are a lot more challenging because they're not only like a rectangle shape, they're smaller. So, but I like the quality of these, and they have like a nice little gold little finish on the edges, very cute. So, well, this one was a different kind. I don't like how this turned out. Maybe I can figure something out with painting. It's kind of ugh. And then there's the polar bear from same guy here. He loves fashion, apparently. Not loves, but for the sake of puns, he'll get into fashion. I think it's kind of funny. But yeah, I definitely have a lot of fun making these cards. It's I don't know if I can recommend it to anyone and everyone can try. I mean, a few cards, like 2 or 3, but like even this amount, I don't know. If you really like it, have at it, but I don't think it's for everyone. I'm not saying, oh, I'm better than you. I can make this and you can't. No, I'm just saying, be careful how much stupid cards I have. So, I'm gonna be doing cards for the rest of my life, apparently. So, and not all of these are cards. Some of it, yeah, but like, holy shit! Like, I think I started on this a while ago, and then I got tired. And then these also are pretty cute. I should have done this one. This one's a little bigger. Can you notice that I do a lot of Japanese cherry blossom thing? Oh my god! And then they have stickers, so you can draw something on here. Well, it's supposed to be message cards, stickers, but I want to draw something on here. And I have, but this one actually has an adhesive, where this one you have to attach the adhesive that's included in the pack. But I feel like these are definitely fun for me to do because I have no life. And yeah, by all means. So I am definitely not bored at all, as you can see. I'll be doing cards in the several phases of life that I have. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, I definitely recommend everyone to try a few cards, but they usually don't sell just a few cards. They're going to sell you a stack of 100 cards, 80 cards, maybe 50 cards. I've seen 80 cards. But I cannot say that you will all finish 80 cards. If you like the project so much, by all means, go ahead. I applaud you, but I don't know if this is an addiction or a hobby at this point. It could be a combination on both, depending on the day. So let's clean this up. Okay, so yeah, I have been quite addicted to making the cards, and it's definitely a fun time for me just because it helps me figure out larger projects in the future, for those of you who are unaware of my process, just because I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. Yeah, I have to remember the freaking order too. So yeah, I save these. These are just, I think usually people save them in like binders, but I'm not super particular with these sorts of things. So I just put them in like food storage containers from Daiso. I'm not endorsed by them at all. I just love their stuff. Like, if I'm not careful, I would live there, but I'm not that bad, but my God, I need to be careful. So another thing I have, well, I'm saving this for later. Not now, but yeah, I just found that. Another haul I have, 18 minutes, sure. I have recent micro purchases as of late because, well, this one, I saw this in Japantown in their Kinokuniya bookstore, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cute. Plus, they have Sanrio, as you can see here. But not just Sanrio, they have different kinds of stationery and trinkets and merchandise with different characters, not just Sanrio. So I thought this was pretty neat. Well, okay, maybe this is not. Some of them are a little like, what? What is Headstrong Moon? What even? I don't know, but there's some cute little patterns and design that I want to feel inspired of. As for this stuff, you can try to use Google Translate, but there's no guarantee it'll all come out properly, but you'll get a little bit more of an idea. Well, I tried a little bit anyway, just not this time. Yeah, so there's different kinds of, like, some of these are a little too simple, but at the same time, I like the creativity. I thought this design was kind of cool. And so they have different styles. I'm not really keen into this sort of stuff, but yeah, now there's Sanrio here a little bit. And Zashiki Buddha, of course, we have that. So I can totally geek out on just the pictures alone. I know there's like a whole bunch of stuff here to commemorate the times of the 80s and certain merchandise things and logos and this and that, but I'll read it eventually, I swear, just not today. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of fun just geeking out and looking. I did not have a lot of these things. I was mostly more centered towards Sanrio, but I can see similarities here and there, and maybe I can try to make my own version somehow. I don't know. My creativity has been down the crapper since 2006. So anyway, this one I got off Amazon Prime because it was free trial and I was desperately trying to take advantage of the free trial before I had to cancel, which was yesterday. And so I got this as of now, I think this is the latest one that they have released, but the other two, 7 and 8, are a pre-order. 7 is pre-order in April, and I think 8 is a pre-order in, I think, July. So I'm going to wait a bit for 7, and then, because I'm like, I'm still not done yet. And yeah, this is, I'm pretty sure this is seinen manga, and yeah, it is quite graphic, so I can only show a few parts, but yeah, I like that they actually look like people, and their features, certain facial features, are not super exaggerated, and they look like real people. Like you would walk across, like, hey, I've seen 2 guys that look like that guy. Look like Akira. So yeah. And so it may seem kind of meh for people who like, super crazy action and shonen and fantasy and stuff. But hey, I'm middle-aged. It's fine for me. I am within this demographic for once. And it's nice to not see things that take place in a freaking high school, because my high school and Japanese high school are polar opposites. So I can only relate to what degree. And it's like 0.5%. Same time though. I do like that they put a lot more detail, and expressions are pretty okay, but yeah, I could definitely see a lot more people. I'm trying to make sure there's no improper things in here. See, yeah, this is fun. She encounters an assassin that's trying to get her brother, and she whoops him good with less than 6 seconds while she was making stew. Yeah, I'm like, so she's trying to multitask here, guys. Multitask. I can understand that to some degree, except for the part for the assassin coming in, trying to whip someone, and he gets his butt tossed to him in the process. So yeah, 22 minutes. I haven't done crap. All right, so I guess I can work. Let's see, which one can I work on? I was also, ew, what the hell is that? This might be too small, so I'm gonna do something else. I have like several works in progress, and I could not decide which is which to do, because I have a lot, and it's like, okay, so it does fit, but it's gonna be kind of awkward, because fun. Originally, my idea was to have Zashiki Buddha in a bakery, and he's making all these baked goods, and I got hungry, and then I had to stop. So instead, I'm going to do or paint the snake again, just a larger scale. Now, I'm already regretting that choice, just because small scale is one thing. Larger scale takes me oh so long. And then the other boy that is trying to get completed is this guy here. I do not have the workspace to show all of it, but this is not done. Around here needs more work. So yes, I am swamped with works in progress, but at the same time, I'm glad for one thing is I can come back to these whenever I want and continue from there. So it's not like I'm totally lost, unlike gaming. So hopefully I can do this correctly. I can hang around a little longer, but I originally started a little late, so maybe I can hang a little bit longer before I get out of here. I'm sort of debating whether or not I go do grocery shopping, because I'm out of snacks for my kid, and I don't buy as much because I try to consolidate and not be super like buying too much, but my God, everything's expensive. And that whole inside joke about eggs, my God, I wish that was a joke, but it's not. Because eggs are expensive. Like, I don't know how often you guys out there do the shopping, but for me with eggs, I don't go to a lot of places. I tend to go to places I'm very familiar with and then just stick to there. I don't just go, let's try other shops. Let's try other grocery stores and see how it fares with them. I don't have that kind of time. Plus, Yeah, I'm trying to save money. So what I try to do is go to the places I am more so familiar with, and the places I have, they used to be okay with eggs, but now they only um, let you have one. At Safeway, it's 2 cartons of eggs. Um, and the cheapest price I remember is $8.49 instead, or $8.99 if they are available. Trader Joe's, I found out recently, their the cheapest price I think is $6.99, and that one you only can have 1 carton. I'm like, what? Only one? Are you shitting me? Yes, yes. And they're like almost empty anyway. And some people go there super early to hog all the eggs. Like, yeah, thank you, jerks. Then the other one, Whole Foods. I don't like Whole Foods after the one purchase I did cost me over $100, and it wasn't even a lot. It was mostly hot food. And then that one, I didn't remember seeing a limitation, but I think the cheapest is still around $7.99 or $8.99. Target, no one was touching Target because their dozens of eggs cost, was it $13.99? It might have been $13.99. And there's a local Asian supermarket. Their cheapest is maybe $11.99. So I was like, ew, what's up with these eggs? Are they made out of platinum? What the hell? So yeah, that's how often, like, I'm always trying to get eggs because my husband loves eggs. Don't read into that. So I try to get the eggs as needed, but it's like, holy shit, why is it so damn expensive? When will it ever lower down? Probably never for a long while. My God. Especially with the freaking tariffs kicking in. Shoot. Well, I don't know. I don't think we have anything to do with eggs, but they're still getting expensive. It sucks. Okay. Yes, this is a snakehead. Let us confirm. Yes, it's nothing else. Just confirming. Okay. Okay. Is this standing properly? I'm just making sure. So there's usually a certain technique with certain animals versus people when you make the rough sketch. I don't know. I could look online like, oh, this is how you do. Like, no, I just eyeball everything and just go from there. I know there is supposed to be like, you're supposed to be creative and make that, and you're not supposed to shut up. I do what I can with the limited time that I got. All right. And if you have a problem with that, that's a you problem, not a me problem. As long as I'm having fun, that's all that matters. That I'm having fun, not harming anybody and myself, and it should be fine. All right, so maybe I can make the eye a little bigger to kind of make it stand out more. It's kind of hard for the eye to stand out with a lot of things standing out. This also kind of seems reminiscent of Lisa Frank, but I think a little cooler, because if you've been familiar with Lisa Frank merchandise or school supplies or stationery of Lisa Frank, they're very much so well known for their bright, crazy, vibrant rainbow neon whatever colors on animals, landscapes, fruit, shopping, I don't know. And growing up, I did not give a crap about Lisa Frank. I thought they were kind of obnoxious. I can see the appeal, but I never gotten around to like, oh, I gotta get all the Lisa Frank stuff. I was more obsessed with Sanrio, so you can see where that is. But not so much so where I was able to afford all the Sanrio things. I knew a handful of rich girls that almost always had Sanrio everything, and I was like, oh, I wish I can get that, but I was aware of my family's circumstances. I mean, while we're not poor, at the same time, they're trying to support 6 kids, myself included. So I was aware of, I would love to have all the things, but they're going to split money in 6 ways. And then there's bills and groceries and this and that, you know? So I always had to bite my tongue and not always want all the things. But every so often, I did luck out and get a few nice things from Sanrio stores. But not very often, I think. And then the other thing about reminiscing about school while I look at this whole week is my kids' parent-teacher conference week. So, of course, sometimes I reflect back like how I was when I had to deal with parent-teacher conferences as a student, and then my parents, well, more often so my mom than my dad, would do the conferences. And sometimes they would recommend your child has to be there with you in the freaking classroom while they talk smack about you. Well, it's mostly good things, but I really didn't want to hear about that. So they usually tell me, oh, you can go play outside while we talk. And that's what I remember doing. But nowadays with my kid, I have him in the same room with me while we are discussing about him, where he's excelling versus where he needs improvements. And then he's good. Mostly good. Few tiny little suggestions, but overall he's doing great. And then that's it. I don't know how he takes about the last year. He didn't have to go to the conference, but this time around he had to. I think it's good for him. He can hear what we are saying. I don't want to talk smack. Anyway, God, I hope this is correct. Okay, it's about here. I might have to extend the mouth more. Dang it. Ah, well, because I wanted to keep that bottom part too. So yeah, I also have a story about the one time, I mean, I could tell the other times when my mom had the conferences, but the one that stood out to me the most was the one conference that my dad went to. He attended a conference for my class in 7th grade. And it had to be the one time I got a D in my report card. Like, what D? Where did you get that from? And I was like, what the hell? It's from religion. I had a D in religion. Like, how the hell do you get a D in religion? It's like, it's almost similar to, I don't want to say, say it like it's a downside, but like, it's kind of similar to art class where you cannot fail religion. But the reason why my grade was so low in religion, from what I could barely remember in my 12/13-year-old past self, I think it was due to missing some assignment papers in our religion binder. And I think I wasn't able to, I don't even remember what the hell that assignment was, but I was missing those paperworks. And the teacher graded me way too hard for that. And so, well, not just me, the whole class, but I was especially not having those papers. So he took so much out of my grade. I was probably just going to get a B- because let's not get into religion, all right? But let's just say, usually in the religion stuff, I would get A's. But then just this one year in particular, I got a D because I missed a few papers in the dang binder. And my dad had to be, and he's the more strict one between my mom and dad, my parents. So I think I was on pins and needles, remembering when the day, like, oh gosh, my dad had to show up. The one time I get a D, and I was wondering, oh my God, what insane punishments will he come up with? This is just me and my 12/13-year-old brain, just thinking of the worst case scenarios, being thrown into a pot of boiling ketchup, and he's throwing rotten cabbages at my face for having a D in religion. My mind was, I don't know, I don't think it changed that much sometimes. But I was just thinking and dreading for the worst. And then they had the conference. I actually don't know what the hell they talked about. I'll never know to this day. My dad already passed away, okay? But to this day, I have no idea what he talked about with that teacher. And so afterwards, I think I was outside in the playground or the schoolyard when they had their conference. And then that's it. He never uttered a word about it ever since. I think because my dad is not that big on religion either. So he's like, as long as the other stuff's fine, she's fine. I think that was my dad's mindset. He was not very big on religion, unlike my mom. So, and then I don't even think he even told my mom about it. Like, he, for someone who's strict, he was quite soft on me. So hey man, if it's not a problem, it's not a problem. But if you don't, I'll keep my mouth shut. So yeah, it was kind of interesting how I was dreading for the worst, but I think as long as my math, science, English, reading, and all the academic stuff was totally fine. It was basically A's and B's. I was good to go. Just that religion just was like a blight in my seventh grade performance existence. And so, and yet he didn't really care about it. I'm so glad he did not care for that. If he was a Bible thumper, oh my gosh, that'd be a whole other ballpark. But thankfully, he is not. He was not. So yeah, there is that. I'm only going to do the light sketching here because, as you can see, or even from the card arts, I have a buttload of details to work with. But again, I want to get something started before I continue. I need to wrap up that damn Venom painting. It just keeps mocking me like, you'll never finish this project, you hag. And like, I know you're right. Don't call me hag. So, I just like to have several things going on, so I don't think I ever, there are tiny pangs of boredom sometimes, and whatever, but not to the point where I just sit around and watch things, but I definitely can succumb to that if I really didn't really want to do much of anything, which is actually rare for me to just sit there, go bleh, and then watch something for 7-8 hours. I don't have that kind of time, not with a kid, not when I have to make dinner. So, sorry, my voice cracked. Apparently, I still have the 12-year-old prepubescent voice. I don't know. I always have something to do. So even if I want to be bored, I don't think I ever can be because I can't allow myself to be like that. This might be too big, but oh well. So I always have something to do, and I think the worst case scenario is I have no joy in any of the art things that I do. I don't think I've ever gotten to that point yet. I don't think I ever will, but if there is such a thing, I don't even know if I would ever say anything. But I think the only time that was closest, though, was when I was working in China, because I was always working. I did have a few pockets of time to work on art things, but I was almost always dealing with school stuff 7 days a week. It was insane. And I tried to keep my hobby alive, but I also was drawing during my work time, and it's mostly super simple drawings to help kids learn English as well. And I don't think they appreciate it as much as I ever could, but at the same time, that's their choice. If they don't want to give a crap, that's annoying, but that's still their choice. But I also felt like it was just draining me, and I had to quit. I didn't say it was like totally, it's a horrible, terrible, bad experience. Let's just say that I think I mentioned before, there was just a few things I did not agree with their structure and work ethic. And I need a peace of mind, my God, because they expect me to be all chipper and happy. And I was kind of concerned that I would sound fake if I was teaching, but they didn't seem to, or maybe they did notice and talk behind my back, but who knows? I never got that impression when I stayed there, but I don't know about now, where times are totally different. Okay, so what else can I talk about? I talked about I talked about parent teacher conference week, plus my experiences in 7th grade with that. I did the card arts. Weather. Who wants to talk about weather? It's also March. My God, it's March already. This year is insane and oh so fast, and there's a lot of people passing away. I'm like, I'm sorry for everyone's losses. At the same time, it's like, it's so fast too. It's pretty intense lately. Okay, so I'm going to have this on pause, and this is the general outline. Very, very rough. Hopefully it'll look better. There's no promises. And hopefully I'll stick to this project. Sometimes I change my mind, like I should keep it at the bakery, and I totally did not. Okay, so I guess I can do these. What fell? Oh, brief intermission of one of my purchases at Whole Foods. Okay. I have a bunch of stuff that sucks. I'm also still like on the fence about whether or not I should go do grocery shopping. I do have time if I take a small break after the live stream and then mosey on over to the grocery store and get the things. But I'm like, it's cold weather today. I was told it's supposed to rain, but I'm like, I don't want to go out. Oh, why is there hair there? Okay, thank you for being my break. Okay, so now we have, I also have, how do you pronounce it? Mudang. I know Mudang is from Thailand, so I don't know how they pronounce it. I just been saying Mudang. Anyway, okay, so let's get out of here. Oh no, did I not? Where is the, oh, here it is. I think it's this one. Or is it this one? Maybe it's this one. So I'm drawing a pygmy anteater. I think they're super cute. It was either this or a naked mole rat. I haven't drawn a naked mole rat. I kind of want to. I haven't heard anyone wanting to be like their other kin or whatever. They want to be a naked mole rat or a blobfish. Like they always pick the cool animals or the cool fantasy creatures, like a dragon, a fairy, griffin, a wolf, mermaid. They don't pick naked mole rat. I'm like, what's wrong with naked mole? I mean, I know what's wrong with it, but I was like, come on, man, let them have some chance to bask in the spotlight too. And they're like, no, they're not cool enough. So I do notice I have this odd attachment to minor characters or animals people don't really like too much, but not enough so that like I know the knowledge of all of those. I'm like, oh, I should draw them, and that's the peak of my interest. But sometimes some critters like the pygmy anteater, pygmy hippos, what else is there? Naked mole rats. There's some other ones I forgot. Wombats. I think wombats are cute, but they look kind of scary and heavy. And the whole thing about them pooping in squares or cubes, rather. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that was a feature, but all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's already March, and I'm like, oh my God. And there's a bunch of stuff I've been trying to take care of, not just art things. So I also want to focus more on art things. So my online activity, while it seems like I'm not totally taking a break, it seems like I'm going as normal as usual. I'm kind of actually focusing more on doing more art things just because I need to. I am so behind on my art projects, including my card arts. I think, yeah, this one says 80 cards on here, but I'm pretty sure it's around 85, almost 100 cards now. But there's 2 cards I'm missing. I don't know where I put them. Why does this look up? It looks like a mushroom. I don't know. But I want to finish my projects. I want to get them done. I want to get them done and over with so I can get on with new projects. And I did the eyeball wrong. I still have a grace period. But I also, it looked correct at the time. Now it's like, what the hell is that? Oh, okay. So maybe it's the wrong picture. Oh, okay. I think it's this one. I picked the wrong picture. I know it's more appealing for audiences to see the cute illustration versions, but I don't like doing that too much because everyone's doing it. But I think when they mention on an algorithm on how to appease to the algorithm, you have to do what everyone else is doing. I've heard that from the editor himself. and I don't like doing that. So this is also one reason why I originally did not think I could do well on social media, like with content creation, because a lot of the things people like and prefer, and they have consistency, and it's always the same things that they want and expect, no more, no less. I'm not very good at that. I was always worried, like, well, I like doing different things. Will that throw them off? And the answer is yes, especially if you try and stay on different things way too much in your content. And it is tried and true. I've seen that happen on my own account too. And then they can just, like, I did not sign up for this, and the subscriber or follower, they could just bop on out. They don't give a crap. Like, I don't have to waste my time here. And it's just really disheartening, very depressing to realize that. But ultimately, you have to accept that for what it is, and then just still keep having fun with whatever you're doing. Otherwise, if you're always chasing that friggin' pesky algorithm, I don't think you'll ever be happy with what you're doing. But I think it's totally different when it comes to income. That's a whole other ballpark. That's why I don't want to say, well, if you're not doing this, you're not going to be happy and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not preaching like that. Of course, it's best to do it like as a hobby at first, just to see how it goes. And if you're willing to do it, that was my original intent when doing this stuff. But when I tried to do a tutorial earlier on in this channel, I hate it. I don't like doing tutorials. I thought maybe I would like it over time. No, I don't like teaching. I mean, I don't like teaching things like how I do things with art. I just like, I guess, show and tell. And because I don't necessarily have a method, or I kind of do, but I'm always open to change things here and there. And not a lot of people like that. Like, because that's why I don't like to have tutorials. I don't always follow my rules, and I can't expect other people to follow my rules, because sometimes what works for me may not work for you. And so I just do I just do whatever this is. And if it works out, it works out. But I was also talking to another friend a while ago to maybe show my failures more, because I think that humanizes artists more, because we're all guilty of this at some point, that we only want to show the best and the best of the best products that we make, or art thingies that we make, crafts that we make. We don't show the rejects. Like, oh my God, the rejects. I'm pretty sure I hid them away so far, not just in my mind, but somewhere in this friggin' house, or I might have even thrown some away, but that's super rare. I don't really ever throw things away, but if it is that bad, I'm gonna throw it away. So, this is kind of ugly. Like, you're not supposed to look like this, but oh well. And move on. Okay. Am I going to paint today? I have a little bit of time, maybe. I think this one I can be a little bit more lenient on, because they already have a whole bunch of little illustrations of Mudong, but I just only messed with her eye a little bit, and then that's it. I don't want to do too much. I cannot disrupt perfection. Whoever talks like that, y'all need to chill. Okay, so should I go out for groceries? Default answer is yes, but when I dropped off my kid, I was like, what the hell? Why is it so cold? Last week it was friggin' warm, in the 70s Fahrenheit, mind you, not Celsius. But what is this weather? What is this? I don't like it. I want it to stay warm. Like, be consistent. If you're gonna be cold, stay cold. If you're gonna be hot, stay hot. Don't be flip-flopping around. This is why we're always sick. Yeah. First world problems. Sucks. Okay. Yeah, I notice I don't have Mudong in Mudang. I keep using, because Chinese pronunciation, sometimes the E sound is sound, I guess. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's not like or E here. I think to some degree sometimes, but for the most part, from what I've been taught, it's like, how did that come out of E? I don't know, but that's how it is in China. That's why some of the pronunciations, when they say the Black Myth Wukong stuff, like, but then I don't say them with tones like what my husband does. So sometimes even if I say it correctly to me, it's not correct to him because it's like, that's what tone is that? Because they have 4 tones in Mandarin. So I was like, it sounds the same to me. Yes, bask in my ignorance, but it's seriously, I can barely tell the difference. And the only way for me to sound like that is if I kind of poke fun at pronunciation. Like I have to emulate what they're saying. Like, oh, okay, I guess I have to do that. So yeah, I'm not very good at language. That's why I'm always jealous of those who know more than one language. I'm always jealous. I wish I can learn more, but I'm also antisocial, so it doesn't work work for my cause, unfortunately. It's not like I don't mind talking. It's just it drains the hell out of me after a while, unless I'm with good company, which is so ridiculously rare at my age. Okay, so we have Mudeng. Ah, look how happy she is trying to eat those cherry blossoms. All right, so other things. Can I paint anything? Yes, I can do this. Do these 3. They're all gonna be pink anyway. What else is new? So, I think this is the base color. And where is brush? I need brush. Okay. I guess this day people don't like what's going on because I just see them coming and going. I was like, okay. Okay. Now, one of the things I noticed doing is I've been seeing cute animals online, and if they're cute enough, I will paint them because I'm like, I like them a lot. And so I do this. And I also have this habit, if I do cite the source as to where it comes from that I painted or drew something or borrow their audio, I will put their name, but I don't put their at symbol because I don't like trying to garner attention from other people's followings. I don't know. I have this weird thing. Like I don't want to be known. I just want to I just want to show the work, give the credit where credit's due, but I also don't want to try to leech off their followers or people who are actively looking for them. I don't know. I know I should do that and have to link to that, but I don't know. I just feel kind of weird doing that. So I've never really put that at symbol next to the original creator's name because it seems like to me I'm trying to leech off their followers or people actively looking for them. I don't know. My brain is it's something. Okay. Sometimes I don't have words. Oh, I think this one. Yeah, just because I have the line art does not always guarantee that I'll actually keep using the line art. Sometimes it will go away in time, and sometimes I have to draw over it if I need it. Because sometimes I'm not very confident with the no line technique, or like the lines are I never learned how to do that stuff. I tried to look into it, but it looks stupid. So I was like, oh, and there's different methods. So I was like, there's more than one. Oh, fun. So I never really caught on to having art with little to no lines because people seem to not like them a lot. I know back in the 80s and 90s, they were so big on that, but now they're like, I don't want lines. I want to make it more realistic as possible. And they achieved it. I, however, cannot. I don't know. I'm not very good at it. Oh. This reminds me of that, was it called The Niffler or some other? I should try to draw that, but I never really watched that movie. I'm not big into Harry Potter. At most, because my oldest brother tried to look up what kind of school or class or whatever there was online. I won't tell you what his was, but I got Ravenclaw. So I was like, hey, I like blue. Why not? He was not happy with what he got. I'll just say that. But yeah, I was like, that's the only time I tried to look into that whole Harry Potter stuff on this online. What is your blah blah school or class or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what that's called. You can tell I don't read Harry Potter stuff. I get the appeal, but I just like, I'm okay. I did remember watching the first 2 movies because my niece and nephew were into Harry Potter very briefly, and then all of a sudden they just stopped. I was like, oh, what happened? How come you don't like it? He just grew out of it. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. Oh my god, I don't have anything. Okay, Black Myth Wukong news. All right, for me, I don't play it every day. I mentioned it several times already, so I'm not as active as before because I got stuff to do. And also, my family hogs the computer, so by the time I reach it, it's super late or no one that can bother me to hog the computer is in the house. But by then, I'm doing this. I have to do errands. I have to clean up to some degree. I have to make dinner. I have to clean up again. I have to do there's all this other stuff. That's why I'm like, I cannot be gamer because I got stuff to do. I don't know if I should talk about one of the comments my husband got. Nah, that's his stuff, not mine. I don't want, unless I ask permission, and he says, okay, that's fine. I didn't ask permission yet, so yeah. Then I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Ugh. I hate doctor's appointments. Because they're so expensive. What the heck? And I was also talking to a friend earlier about health insurance where he's from versus where I'm from. And I was like, what? What? You don't get to pay anything? Meanwhile, here, God. Yeah, that whole thing about the ambulance, people don't choose not to go on the ambulance because it'll cost them extra money for the ride over. That is true. But it depends on how much is covered on your insurance. So I cannot say that, what will be I think to some degree, even with insurance, if you don't have very good insurance, it could be at like $450 to $800. And then some ER visits can be over $800 if you don't have good insurance or sometimes to some degree no insurance, but it can get into the thousands. Like, damn, man, they really penalize you for not wanting to have insurance because, like, my God, we could use that money for something else. But when you have to pay, and then it's not even the high insurance kind, they really remind you, like, you should get better insurance. I was like, what the fuck? That's all I can afford. So, that's pretty crazy how it goes to show where the government's priorities are with the people that help their country keep going versus other countries where it seems like, oh, they don't seem to be having much, but at least their government takes care of them, And I worry whenever I say such things because I say that sometimes on Instagram, and then sometimes they're like, oh, we don't like that. Or because last week I tried to do a live stream on Instagram, and I think I was complaining about something. I forgot what it was exactly. And then all of a sudden, the live stream got stuck. Not once, not twice, 3 times my live stream got stuck. And so I thought, okay, the 3rd time doesn't work. It wasn't meant to be. And then it did not work. So I had to not do the live stream. I had to cancel it. And I felt so bad for people who follow me there because it feels like I'm spamming them. So I'm like, oh gosh, I was apologizing, giving my brief explanation and stories, and just moved on from there. I did do another live stream on Instagram yesterday. I think I did one yesterday, but I think I was cranky that no one was really liking the recent cards that I was posting on Instagram. Though on YouTube, that's a whole other story. I have no qualms. I have no issues with that. Even if it is less on YouTube with my art shorts, it's still better than Instagram most times. There's a few cases where Instagram was a little bit better, but not on average. So I have no complaints with shorts on YouTube. Oh, YouTube gods. So meanwhile, on Instagram, I don't know anymore. I want to be happy about things on Instagram, but it's like the peak that I have for views alone is like maybe 230 views, 100 to 230 views, and like that's all I'm gonna get. And yes, unless I do other things. Plus they keep trying to rag on us to do a professional account. I'm like, I'm not a professional anything. I don't think I'm any of those things. I just do this for fun. That is it. This is me having fun. So I don't, but to say, oh, do a professional account, you'll get more stuff. I'm like, I don't want to say things that I'm not. So I haven't really ever. Plus, ugh, managing this account and Instagram, that's already enough for me. I don't want to make things worse for myself. This is all I can afford to do for the time being. So and if you're, for those of you who are wondering why I'm making all the animals pink, it's because this is the Cherry Blossom card series. I had this thing where I make everything pink no matter what it is. So this is, I'm actually keeping the packaging for once because I don't really have like a card, what is it? Container. I do, but it's too big. So I thought it would be kind of neat to have the actual packaging, the original packaging it came in. So that was my idea, plus me being lazy of throwing it away. So yes, wait, where's, oh yeah, where'd you go? I should put the headless monk. Where's my dang? I just saw him. Her, right? Oh no. What the heck? Oh, I should have nice meowers in my collection too. That would be cute. That would be very, very cute. Okay, it's already an hour, but because I was late, I'll hang around a tiny bit more and then wrap things up. Because I'm still debating whether or not I go out. It's already 12:03, and I do have plenty of time, but I also don't want to be lumbering around last minute at like outside because it's cold and I'm carrying things. I don't think I will be carrying heavy things, but I've surprised myself and not in the best way. So we'll see whether or not I'm gonna go do the groceries. I honestly don't want to, but because my kid was asking for snacks and he likes fruit, surprisingly, so I was like, "Oh, you ate it all, so we have to buy more." But I'm like, I don't want to buy more, especially when the weather's ugly and I have to go out and that stuff. And I'm like, ugh. But if it's for my kid, it's fine. But I also have to mind my health. When it gets cold outside, I'm a weak baby and I'm very susceptible to catching colds. Even when I dress up warm, even when like ugh, I don't know, it's like something's out to get me. I don't want to jinx myself, but sometimes I have those kinds of thoughts. Oh my god, why is it so chunky? So yeah, I am gonna wrap up pretty soon. I just want to get like the basic colors going on, and hopefully I will finish these projects off camera. Eh. Is this light pink? And her teeth are orange, but I don't want to do, I might just do a different shade of pink, maybe an orangey pink or a yellow orange pink. I don't know what color that is. Maybe that's a peach. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Because right now it's looking a little bit too blobby. And by blobby, I mean the colors are looking too similar to each other. So I'm like, oh. Okay, that looks a little better. Uh, what the heck did I do today for the talks? So today was talking about the card art progress, what I have so far since I came back to the card arts. I also talked about parent-teacher conference thingies and my tiny little story about the one time my dad did conferences. He rarely ever does that. That's why it was like a little bit overwhelming for me to even have, like, he even wanted to take the time to see how I was doing. I was like, you do? You don't have to. But yeah, there was that story. Also, me having a little micro haul of like 80s, girly 80s things, Japanese books, and also the Fable Volume 6 Omnibus manga. And what else was there? There was also, what was I talking about? Some other stuff, but I'm starting to forget. I think that's right. I'll add more lighting and shadows later. I just needed like a general idea where everything is. Then I'll figure it out after. That's usually what I do. Yeah, it's already March and it's cherry blossom season. I am not I originally was not a big fan of pink, but over time, because of cherry blossoms, damn you, cherry blossoms, damn your existence, but I like you anyway. I ended up being low-key addicted to most cherry blossoms things. The one thing I'm not addicted to with cherry blossoms is food. Their food tastes like most Japanese cherry blossoms. They taste like flowers or perfume in my mouth. I think that's the equivalent of when people eat cilantro and it tastes like soap or something. That might be me with cherry blossoms, because they must be successful and people like the food if they keep making them, because I was like, I don't know about that. But there's a few exceptions. There are a few exceptions, but I can't remember which ones they are, that the cherry blossom flavor actually tastes good. I haven't tried like the cherry blossom latte. It looks pretty, but I just worry I taste it and it tastes like soap. I don't want that to be the case. But I think there are a few instances where it was not as strong of a flavor, it was a lot more mild and not very obvious. I think one of the worst ones was the cherry blossom wine flavor of Kit Kat. Oh my god. I never wanted to drink that, eat that ever again. So, how was that a thing? But it was. Okay, so let me get a tiny eye here. I have to add a little highlight later, though. At least get a little bit more progress on this guy. Girl. Hippo. Okay. Aw. She's so happy. I assume that's happiness. The face of happiness is this, I'm pretty sure. So, all right, we have this lovely lady here just opening her mouth for whatever reason. And anything else I can wrap up before I go and before someone pops on in? Yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to catch up on my works in progress. I got a little bit of mounts, and I was also showing progress of my card art and the whole thing with me being tied to cards for the rest of my days, weeks, years, who knows. I wish I was joking, but here we are. And that'll be it for now. I'll probably take a break, maybe a quick lunch, and then decide whether or not I do grocery shopping. So that'll be it for now. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching this after the live stream. I always appreciate those of you who do. If you even like it, thank you so much. Even more so. I don't know how to thank in that matter. I don't know. So yeah, I will be signing off now. This is DeLeon getting on out of here. Have a great rest of your Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you are. And I'll see you again next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, until further notice or / something happens. All right. Thanks for having me. Take care. Bye-bye.